It is 5:30 p.m. You have survived the entire workday. You finally walk through the door, hoping for a warm hug, a moment of peace, a tiny voice telling you about their day. Instead, you are met with a scream. The blue cup is wrong. The dinner you cooked is disgusting. The socks are too tight. And suddenly, your sweet child is thrashing on the kitchen floor, sobbing uncontrollably over a broken cracker. You stand there, feeling that familiar heavy tightening in your chest, the heat rising in your neck. You wonder, what am I doing wrong? Why is every single evening a battlefield? But there is a hidden, deeply biological reason your child falls apart the second the sun starts to set, and it has nothing to do with you being a failing parent. In fact, it means the exact opposite. We call it the evening gauntlet, that unholy trinity of food, bath, and bedtime. You start the evening with the best of intentions. You take a deep breath in the car and promise yourself you won't yell tonight. But then the negotiations begin. Just eat one more bite of broccoli. Please get in the tub. Stop splashing. Get out of the tub. Put on your pajamas. No, not those pajamas. The toothpaste is too spicy. The blankets are too heavy. The closet door needs to be open exactly 2 inches, not 3. Every single transition feels like wading through thick, heavy mud. Your patience begins to fray. Your voice raises. The tension in the house feels thick enough to cut with a knife. And before you know it, you are snapping. You hear a voice come out of your mouth that sounds sharp and harsh. Just get in bed. Finally, the door clicks shut. The house goes completely quiet. You sit alone at the kitchen table, staring at a cold cup of coffee, and the guilt comes crashing down. You creep back into their room, watch their tiny chest rise and fall in the dim light, brush the hair out of their eyes, and whisper, "I'm sorry, I'll do better tomorrow." We all know this cycle, the profound exhaustion, the heavy shame, the quiet promise to fix it. But to break this cycle, we have to stop looking at the crying and the defiance. We have to look beneath the behavior. We have to look at what is actually happening inside your child's brain. Imagine your child's brain as a tightly wound spring. All day long, whether they are at preschool, at daycare, or just navigating the loud, unpredictable, overwhelming world, they are holding that spring down. They are following rules. They are sharing toys. They are sitting still. They are holding back tears when another child takes their favorite block. Their tiny prefrontal cortex, the logical impulse control center of the brain, is working absolute miracles to keep them compliant. But by 5 p.m., that mental battery isn't just low, it is completely, entirely dead. Biologically, their stress hormone, cortisol, has been quietly building up all day long in the background. And the moment they see you, the moment they step into the absolute safety of your presence, they let go of the spring. Psychologists call this restraint collapse. We call it the evening collapse. It feels deeply personal. It feels like manipulation or defiance. But your child is not giving you a hard time. They are having a hard time. They save their most shattered, messy, dysregulated selves for you because you are their safe harbor. They are essentially saying, I held it together all day for the rest of the world, but I am exhausted, my brain is offline, and you are the only place on this earth where I feel safe enough to completely fall apart. I want you to pause and just let that sink in for a moment. Their evening meltdown is not a sign of your failure. It is biological proof of your profound connection. But knowing the science doesn't make the screaming any easier to endure in the moment. Why does their evening collapse make us feel so incredibly angry, panicked, or overwhelmed? Why does a tantrum over bathwater make our own heart race and our jaw clench? This is where we have to bravely look inward. Because the truth is, when your child is melting down on the floor, your nervous system isn't just reacting to them. It is remembering your own childhood. Many of us were raised in homes where we were not allowed to collapse. If we yelled, we were punished. If we cried, we were sent to our rooms. If we were difficult, we were met with coldness or anger. We were taught very early on that we had to be quiet, compliant, and easy in order to earn love. We had to hold the spring down at all times. So now, decades later, when your child safely releases their giant, messy, loud emotions in your kitchen, your brain sounds a massive alarm. Your nervous system perceives their tears as a literal threat to your survival, because when you were little, being loud meant losing connection. Your inner child is terrified, screaming, "Make it stop, it's not safe to be this loud." You are trying to parent a dysregulated toddler, while inside you are a dysregulated child yourself. You are trying to break generational chains while making dinner. No wonder you are so incredibly exhausted. Take a breath here. Acknowledge how heavy that invisible backpack is. We cannot hold space for our children's storms when we are still terrified of our own weather. This realization changes everything. It shifts our entire paradigm for the evening. We have been treating the hours between 5 and 8 p.m. as a checklist. Food, bath, teeth, bed. We focus entirely on fixing their behavior so we can just get to the finish line of sleep. But what if we completely flip the script? What if the evening gauntlet isn't a checklist at all? What if a meltdown isn't a behavior to be punished, but a biological SOS? When your child is thrashing on the floor, the logical part of their brain has shut down. Their amygdala, the brain's fear center, has hijacked their body. They are a tiny boat trapped in a massive, terrifying storm. When we yell, "Calm down and eat your dinner," we are just standing on the shore, shouting logical directions at a drowning sailor. They don't need a captain in that moment. They need an anchor. They don't need a lecture on gratitude. They need your physical, grounding presence. This is the beautiful science of co-regulation. A child's brain is not yet physically capable of calming itself down. They do not have the neural pathways to self-soothe. They literally have to borrow your calm nervous system to settle their own. Your calm heartbeat slows their racing heartbeat. Your slow breathing lowers their cortisol. So how do we actually survive the evening collapse? How do we practicalize this? First, we drop the rope. We radically lower our expectations. If the evening is turning into a disaster, maybe dinner is just crackers, cheese, and fruit on the living room floor. Maybe we completely skip the bath tonight. The dirt on their knees will not hurt them, but the constant, agonizing battle will hurt the connection. We must prioritize the relationship over the routine. When the meltdown inevitably happens, instead of matching their chaos with your own, stop talking. Words do not work on a hijacked brain. Lower your physical body to their level. Soften your eyes. Unclench your jaw. Say, "I see how hard this is for you right now. I am right here." You don't have to fix the feeling. You don't have to make them happy. You just have to be a safe place for the terrible feeling to land. But there is one specific moment in this entire process that matters more than anything else. A moment that actually changes the physical structure of a child's brain forever. It isn't the moment you get this perfectly right. It is the moment after you get it wrong. Because you will still lose your temper. You will still yell about the pajamas. You will still snap about the toothpaste. You are human, your nervous system is tired, and perfection is an illusion. But the real magic, the generational cycle-breaking magic, happens in the dark of their bedroom. It happens when you sit on the edge of their mattress, take their tiny hand in yours, and say the words you perhaps never heard when you were small. "Mommy was really frustrated earlier. I yelled, and I'm sorry. That was scary. You didn't deserve that. I love you, no matter what." That simple, vulnerable moment of repair builds deep neural pathways of resilience. It teaches their developing brain that ruptures in relationships can be healed. It teaches them that love is not fragile. It teaches them that they do not have to be perfect, quiet, or easy to be completely worthy of you. I want you to pause one last time and reflect on the magnitude of what you are doing. You are breaking generational chains right there in the messy, loud, exhausting hours of the evening. You are rewriting the emotional legacy of your entire family, one deep breath, one dropped rope, one gentle repair at a time. It is hard because it is profound, heavy work, but you are doing it. Be gentle with your children tonight as they navigate their big, overwhelming world. But more importantly, please be gentle with yourself. You are navigating it too, and you are exactly the safe harbor your child needs. Before you close this video, take one more deep breath with me. Parenting is a heavy, invisible load, but you do not have to carry it alone. If this video brought you a moment of peace or clarity, please subscribe and click the bell to join our gentle community. And if you leave a like, it helps this video reach another tired parent who might really need to hear this tonight. We are in this together. See you next time.